All right, YouTube, what is going on? It is Zaya here from Zaya&TheSteelers back with another video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the Steelers' Week 4 loss against the Indianapolis Colts. So if you guys are Steelers fans or you enjoy NFL content in general, be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. We are on the road to 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to the people that have subscribed already. And shout out to the future subscribers, man. Also, let's get a shout out to the members. If you guys would like to support me and this channel more, be sure to hit that join button down in the description below. Thank you guys for helping me reach 1,000 subscribers too, by the way. You know, it's my second video now that I'm at 1,000. I want to get that out there before we start going in on the Pittsburgh Steelers. But we have finally taken a loss, man. Today, we got humbled by the Indianapolis Colts. I don't want to say I didn't see this coming. I was very confident in this game, though. I know a lot of Steelers fans out there were confident in this game. Given how we had started the season, given that our defense was like #1 in the NFL, given that our offense was showing some signs of like, hey, you know, we're not the greatest offense, but we definitely have signs of life. We're not going to go touchdownless in the first half again. And ladies and gentlemen, fast forward, easy layup game, rookie quarterback, he gets hurt. Joe Flacco's coming in, easy layup game. This is the worst rush defense in the NFL, easy layup game. Mike Tomlin, what are you made of? We fucking lost, man. It was so classic, honestly. Like, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. Like, it just makes perfect sense that we ended up losing this game. And I just hit 1,000 subscribers. So, like, you know, life can't just always be happy. You know, life can't just always be amazing. It can't just be sunshines and rainbows. I don't know if this is necessarily the day to completely obliterate this team. However, I've seen a lot of things that it's really head scratching me, man. It's really making me wonder about this team. Because it's the same issues kind of over and over and over again. We now have Arthur Smith as opposed to Matt Canada, but for that first half, it did not feel like that. For that first half, we had nothing on offense and on defense. We just, you know what I'm saying? We got lit up. You know, like we got lit up by Jonathan Taylor. We couldn't stop the run. Michael Pittman turned into Randy Moss. Shout out to Brendan. Even like Alec Pierce was getting plays. Adonai Mitchell was getting plays. Joe Flacco, this dude's like 95. He won't fucking go away. Like, it just, everything just added up to a classic Pittsburgh Steelers loss. And it's funny because I was actually talking to my friend yesterday about the Steelers, and he asked me, like, you know, what I think about this team. And, you know, I was confident. Like I said, I've been confident in this team. I've been, you know, I've had faith in this team, and I still have faith in this team. However, I said, hey, if we get down early, we're probably cooked. And what happened? We were probably cooked. And we fought hard. We definitely did fight really hard there till the end. But unfortunately, the playbook wasn't big enough. Unfortunately, Justin Fields couldn't run for 3 touchdowns as opposed to 2. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is the video to do it, man. I know the running backs have been dealing with injuries. I know our offensive line has been kind of going through it, man. But I have this Tone Diggs tweet up. Is it weird that the running game was a lot better when Cordero Patterson is in the game, and last year it seemed better when Jaylen Warren was in the game? I've been labeled as a Najee Harris hater. I've stood on here and said I understand why the Steelers didn't accept the 5th-year option. I've stood on here and said Jaylen Warren is the bids. I've said Jaylen Warren is the better player. What that means, who cares? Because it's just me. I've said he's the better player. I don't want this to be the video that we're just killing Naj on. But man, it's ridiculous that, like, we're supposed to be this running team, and I understand, you know, the offensive line caveats. I understand we're not really doing much. We're down 14. We're down 17. It's really hard to run the ball. But when we give the ball to Najee Harris, it's like it's nothing, man. And then Cordero Patterson comes in, and he's just lighting it up. Jaylen Warren comes in, as Tone Diggs said, he's just lighting it up. And then we give it to Naj, and it's just like a slow but steady gain, I guess, if we can even do that. There were numerous plays where it was like 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, and we handed it to Naj, and like, we just don't get it, man. And he's supposed to be this power back, and it's not all Naj's fault. I know. I don't want to do this. I know there's many other factors, including the highest paid defense, the #1 defense in the NFL, couldn't stop a fucking cold today. So there's definitely other things to point to, but that was something that kind of stood out to me. It was like, man, like, we expect so much from Najee Harris. We expect so much from this guy. We expect, you know what I'm saying, like these highlight plays, these crazy plays, and it's just very few and far between. You know, it's very few and far between with Najee Harris specifically. Justin Fields specifically, once again, that first half was awful. We had so many mental errors. George Pickens had a fumble. Justin Fields, he had like a fumbled like snap or whatever. It wasn't the snap, but like he dropped back, ran back like 20 yards, and then fumbled, and it was just a clusterfuck. Honestly, it was a classic Steelers trap game, as the first tweet mentioned from Kevin Adams. Man, I didn't realize how many Steelers fans think Sunday is a Tomlin trap game. Years prior, I'd agree. But we have the #1 defense in football and a real OC for once. Not Matt Canada, not Randy Fichtner. I think it's okay to be confident in this, boys, this year. I am. I was confident too, man. But I knew, like I'm telling you, if you've been watching this team for a while, nothing should surprise you with these kind of games. And maybe the Colts, hey, since we lost, maybe the Colts are a little bit better than we expected. Maybe the Colts are a little bit better than we give them credit for now, though, because, you know, we beat Atlanta and then Atlanta won, and like that's supposed to bring this win up. The Colts are just going to be ass, and everyone is going to treat this loss as like, man, you lost to the worst team in football. I bet the Colts don't even win another game just to make this loss look worse, you know? But what else would we have to talk about? Like I said, the defense. It was bad, man. It was really bad. We were able to hunker down at some points. We were able to get some punts at some points, but we have to remember that they're playing a second-string 90-year-old Joe Flacco, and it's the Indianapolis Colts who have one of the worst offenses in the league, at least through 3 weeks straight. They play the Pittsburgh Steelers, and all of a sudden it's not. We really couldn't pressure that much. Nick Herbig, I believe, got a sack. I don't know if TJ did, but we couldn't really get the most pressure. I know Cameron Hayward, he was able to get a sack as well, but just for the entirety of the game, we just weren't able to do it. And I'm tired of these second half comebacks. It was very reminiscent of the Big Ben last year, or his last couple of years, where like we literally do nothing in the first half, and then all of a sudden like we give ourselves hope, we give ourselves a chance, and we just can't get it done. But at least this time the ball got back in the offense's hand, back in Justin Fields' hand. But it was a 3-and-out, 4-and-out. We couldn't do it. I think it ended on like almost an interception. It was very close. But you know, just a lot of bad things. Everything went wrong. We had a bunch of injuries. We're down to Najee Harris and Aaron Champlin as our 2 running backs because Cordero got hurt. Jalen's been hurt. And I also believe we have another running back injury that I just can't think of off the top of my head. Something else, too. Van Jefferson, 1 target today. Van Jefferson, our number 2 wide receiver. Roman Wilson, I know he's supposed to be coming back. I can't wait for this guy to come back. But we need to figure out this wide receiver 2 thing because the playbook, this running thing that we're doing, it makes perfect sense. I understand we want to be a running team, but listen, we have to expand the playbook because Najee Harris is not getting it done. They're holding down the runs, and we cannot just we can't let the Colts get up 17. If we let them get up 10, if we were able to answer in the first quarter, if we were in the first half, if we were able to put up a touchdown, I bet we could have won this game. But because we started so far behind, because we had no momentum going into the second half whatsoever, besides like a Boswell 50-yard field goal. Shout out to Boswell, man. He showed up. Justin Fields too. He kind of showed up as well. He went through some adversity. I was very proud to see him be able to kind of stay in there. George Pickens dropped a touchdown. Doesn't matter. Justin Fields is going to run it in. There was another play there that was the second touchdown, but on the first touchdown, Justin Fields also ran it in. I would love for us to be able to score with our running backs at that point in the game, like at that point in the field. But some say Justin Fields is a running back, so like maybe I got my wish. But I would love to be able to just pound the rock with Najee there. But for whatever reason, it just won't happen. Darnell Washington also, you know, he didn't get a touchdown, but he got a nice reception. Muth got a touchdown today, so that was good. Like the offense definitely looked a little better in that second half. But just with what the play calling is, what the weapons are, we need to figure this out. And Roman Wilson, I know he was like healthy. I believe this is going to be like his first weeks of practicing coming up. Hopefully, you know, he can finally be ready for this Cowboys game, and everybody else on the offensive line gets also healthy as well. Because right now we're going through it, man. We really are going through it. We're dealing with it, but we're still 3-1. We're still in a good position. A loss was going to happen. We weren't going to go undefeated, so maybe it's good to get it out of the way early. We didn't necessarily get blown out, although it could have looked like a blowout. So maybe I take points in that. Maybe I take credit for that. Or maybe we take credit in that like we didn't get blown out today. But with how flat we started, with how many mistakes we made, with how many things went wrong for us, it's hard to feel any kind of good about this game. Like I said, though, Justin Fields, the way he was able to stay kind of poised, stay kind of in it, he didn't necessarily make too many mistakes. However, in that first half and for the most part of the game, and our play calling has been like this, we're playing scared. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it seems like. It seems like we're playing scared, and we can't do that, especially when we get down 7, we get down 14, we get down 17. We cannot play scared because like our offense just is not moving. We're not good at moving the ball at like such a pace that we can hold these 14, these 17s, that like we can slowly come back from that. We low-key did it today, but that's because the playbook expanded. We need to be aggressive early. We need to play like we're down 17 when it is 0-0. And if we can do that, then I think the offense can hold up their end of the bargain. Now the defense today, no excuses. Like I said, there was just so many red flags as to why they were able to do so much against us. Like I said, Anthony Richardson, younger quarterback, has like very turnover heavy. He was balling for when he played. Michael Pittman is Michael Pittman. You know, he's a solid wide receiver. But damn, bro, Michael Pittman, man, like we got cooked by Michael Pittman and Adonai Mitchell today. Jonathan Taylor, one of the better running backs in the league, proponent of the Zaya's fantasy football team. Which, by the way, I think in all 3 of my leagues I'm going to lose today, which is unbelievable because the Steelers it's just you know when it rains it pours, man. But Just absolutely no excuses, man. We're supposed to be really good against the run, and they ran it all over us. So, you know, we got punched in the mouth. We were in Indianapolis, so, like, that's cool. I seen a bunch of videos of people fucking up the terrible towel. We didn't make them pay for it this time. I absolutely hate the Indianapolis Colts. I remember when we beat these guys for, like, 17 games straight. Now we've dropped the last 2 to them. I'm not happy, you know, and I don't think any of you guys should be happy out there either. Although it is still early enough, you know, we can't be out of the season yet. It's not over yet. We're still 3-1, still really looking really good. But we just have to fix some mistakes because there are definitely mistakes to be fixed. And Mike Tomlin, this last part is for you, man, because I don't know what else I'm going to have to talk about in this game. Mike Tomlin, this last one is for you, brother. This cannot keep fucking happening, bro. This cannot keep happening to us. We cannot keep being expected to win these games. And I understand it's the NFL. You know, every team is technically on the same level playing field because they're all professionals, and Vegas doesn't know what they're talking about, and I don't know what I'm talking about, and everybody at home doesn't know what they're talking about. I get one team is an underdog, one team is a favorite. Doesn't really matter. I don't know, but I am tired of going into these games as a favorite and just getting absolutely punched when it is, like I said, a backup. Like I said, one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL. Like I said, one of the worst rushing offenses in the NFL. I know they have Jonathan Taylor and their line is pretty good, but we have the #1 defense. Like that cannot happen. And then the fear that Justin Fields is playing with, the fear that this offense is playing with, Arthur Smith. I know, you know, he's probably to blame a little bit, but we've been blaming offensive coordinators forever. Mike Tomlin, I need you to spend 10 minutes with this offense, or maybe spend 10 minutes less. I don't know, because either you have too much influence or you do not have enough. I know you're watching the game. I know you like football. I know you like Zaya and the Steelers. I'm not happy, and you should not be happy either, Mike Tomlin, because I'm tired of having to get on here and defend you when, like, it's all pointing to you, man. We have to stop playing conservative. I don't care if it's Randy Fichtner. I don't care if it's Matt Canada. I don't care if it's Bruce Arians. I don't care if it's Arthur Smith. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what offensive coordinator it is. We need to play aggressive, and if we can't get our offensive coordinator to do that, then why is he our offensive coordinator, Mike Tomlin? Why? We knew we were down. We knew we needed a spark, and here we are, handing the ball off to Naj still. Here we are. We have a chance to get up, or not get up 7. We have a chance to go into halftime. We're getting the ball back. We have a chance to go into halftime, put up 7, but instead we're running. We're being scared. We're playing conservative. And Justin Fields, like, he hasn't thrown a pick. I get there was like a drop, there was some fumbles, but he hasn't thrown a real pick yet. You know, like we need to play balls to the wall. We need to play aggressive. We need to play like an undefeated team, not trying to lose, because that's what happened today. We got our O taken, man. We have a loss this year. It's been, you know what I'm saying, 3 weeks, but now we've officially lost it, man, because we were too scared. We were too afraid to do it, and it's just it pisses me off. So Mike Tomlin, like I said, I am tired of having to defend you. I'm going to keep defending you. I'm going to for sure do it. This is not time to, like, fire Mike Tomlin and sell the team and all this nonsense. But there's definitely blame to go around, and that is one of the specific reasons. We need to have aggression with the offense. And once we can do that, I believe we somewhat have the pieces that we need to figure out this wide receiver 2 thing. Hopefully Roman Wilson figures that out. Hopefully Roman Wilson kind of settles that in. But we got to figure this out. We have to play more aggressive, and we can't keep going down like this. Defense, I've loved you guys so much, so I'm not going to go as hard as I should probably, but it was just another fucking lackluster performance out of the defense, even though they've given us 3 straight really good performances, like I said, so that's why I don't want to kill them. But years prior, like, this happens all the time. I'm tired of that too, Mike Tomlin, but you got to work on the offense. The defense, they play good most of the time, so, like, that's not as big of an issue. But this offense, Mike Tomlin, you need to figure this out. You need to, Arthur Smith and you need to figure this shit out, bro. And Justin Fields, bring him to the meetings as well. But other than that, just like I said, a pretty shitty day, pretty shitty loss, because, you know, it was our first loss of the season. It took a while to get here, but it is cool. I am still riding with the Pittsburgh Steelers nonetheless, and I hope you guys are out there too. Things will get better. I believe we have the Cowboys next. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? Now that we've lost, we can't go 3-2, because 3-2 is damn near 3-3, and 3-3 could easily be 3-4, and all of a sudden we're under 500. And Mike Tomlin could maybe, possibly, potentially have that losing season. And if there's one thing the Steelers don't do, it is have a losing season. So, you know, hopefully we can get this win back. Hopefully I feel a little bit better tomorrow, but we'll see. Let me know your guys' reaction. Let me know your guys' thoughts on the team down in the comments below. Anyways, this has been Zaya from Zaya and the Steelers, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.